Welcome back to Flex Smart. I want to say thank you. The channel's been growing and I really appreciate everyone who's been subscribing, watching, and showing love. Whether it's good or bad, I see it all and I appreciate the support. So here's what I'm planning. As soon as I get my first referral through Underdog, I'm going to use that bonus to place a bet. If I win $100 or more, I'll send $50 to one of my subscribers. Does that sound good to y'all? Are you interested? If it goes well, I'll keep doing it in future videos, as long as I keep winning my bets. Now, let's get into the picks for these July 9th WNBA games. Seattle Storm versus Connecticut Sun. Team comparison. The Seattle Storm come into this matchup with strong momentum, winning 7 of their last 10, while Connecticut is in a deep slump with 10 straight losses. Seattle is averaging over 82 points per game and shooting nearly 46% from the field. Meanwhile, Connecticut struggles offensively, averaging just under 71 points per game and shooting under 39%. The Storm also edged them out in assists, steals, and shooting efficiency. The current spread is Seattle minus 16.5, giving Connecticut's 10-game losing streak, including multiple 20-plus point losses. Seattle covering this big number seems likely. They've already beaten Connecticut by 16-plus in their last meeting. Total points. The line is set at 156.5. Connecticut hasn't scored more than 70 points in their last 5 games, and Seattle isn't known for pushing the tempo against weaker opponents. This feels like a potential under 156.5. Moneyline, Seattle is a massive favorite at 3,000 and Connecticut sits at plus 1,100. There's very little doubt who wins here unless something dramatic happens. Seattle should secure this win easily. Agumake has gone over 15.5 in 4 of her last 5 games, including 24 against Atlanta and 16 against this very Connecticut team. With her efficiency and the Suns' weak defense, she's in a prime spot again.
JC Sheldon, under 9.5 points. Sheldon has scored under 10 points in 3 of her last 5 games. Even though she had a strong showing against Seattle last time, the Storm's defense has tightened up, and Connecticut continues to struggle offensively.
Golden State Valkyries versus Indiana Fever. Team comparison. Indiana comes in with a slightly better record and stronger momentum, winning 3 of her last 5. Offensively, Indiana averages 84.1 points per game on 45.5% shooting, compared to Golden State's 79.1 points per game on 40.6%. Rebounding edge goes to Golden State, 36.9 rebound per game versus Indiana's 33.8. But Indiana has a slight edge in assists and shooting efficiency. Indiana is healthy, has the home court advantage, and Golden State is coming off back-to-back losses. Spread. Indiana negative 8.5. Golden State has dropped their last 2 games and just allowed 90-plus points to Atlanta and Minnesota. Indiana, meanwhile, has held top teams like Vegas and Minnesota to under 60. Given the Fever's offense and recent dominance, they should be able to cover at home. Total, over 163.5. Indiana's last 3 games have all gone over 160, but Golden State's recent scoring has been inconsistent. This could go either way, but with Indiana's uptick and Golden State allowing 90 plus in recent losses, the over has slight value. Moneyline, Indiana negative 400. Indiana has been clicking lately, and they're facing a Golden State squad that's shown defensive lapses. Unless the Valkyries shoot lights out from deep, this is Indiana's game. Player props. 1. Aaliyah Boston, over 7.5 rebounds. Boston has grabbed 8 plus rebounds in 3 of her last 5 games, including 12 boards against LA and 11 against Minnesota. She's a dominant presence in the paint and should control the glass again at home. 2. Kayla Thornton, under 15.5 points. Thornton hasn't hit 15 plus points in her last 3 games and faces a Fever team that holds forwards in check. Her recent shooting percentage, 39%, also suggests she may not have enough volume to break through. Minnesota Lynx versus Phoenix Mercury. Team comparison. Minnesota comes into this one as the top team in the Western Conference at 17-2, riding a 5-game win streak. They lead Phoenix in nearly every category: scoring, field goal percentage, assists, and defense, while also holding opponents to just 74 points per game. Phoenix, sitting at 13-6, is dangerous offensively with Whitcomb, Sabally, and Copper when healthy, but they're allowing nearly 80 points per game. They're also dealing with multiple GTD injuries that could impact their depth.
Spread Minnesota 5.5. The Lynx are 17-2 and continue to dominate with consistent defense and balanced scoring. Phoenix has been strong but inconsistent, especially against top-tier teams. Expect the Lynx to control the pace and win by 6 or more. Total points under 163.5. Minnesota's defense typically holds opponents under 80, and Phoenix is capable of scoring but not always efficient. Their previous matchups have hovered around this number, but given recent form, a lower scoring game feels more likely. Moneyline, Minnesota 240 at home. With their elite record and performance consistency, it's hard to bet against Minnesota. Player props: Alyssa Thomas over 9.5 assists. Thomas has been racking up assists lately. 15, 10, 8, 15, and 8 over her last 5 games. She's become the Mercury's engine, and even in losses, she's dishing at a high rate. Courtney Williams over 11.5 points. Williams has scored 12 points in 4 of her last 5 games and just put up 25 against Chicago. She's heating up and should continue to find scoring opportunities against Phoenix's backcourt. Dallas Wings versus Chicago Sky. Team comparison. The Dallas Wings, 6-14, are coming off a tough blowout loss to Phoenix, but have shown flashes of offensive firepower, averaging 81.9 points per game. Meanwhile, the Chicago Sky, 5-13, continue to rely heavily on Angel Reese's dominance in the paint, though their team defense has struggled, allowing 87.2 points per game. Dallas edges out and rebounds slightly, while Chicago moves the ball better with slightly more assists per game. Spread Chicago minus 1.5. With both teams hovering near the bottom of the standings, this matchup is more even than it looks. However, the Sky have been more consistent at home and have the best post player on the floor. Total points over 164.5. Both teams give up a lot of points and play at a relatively fast pace. Given recent scoring outputs, especially from Angel Reese and Paige Buchers, this one has potential to hit the over. Moneyline, Chicago minus 120. With Angel Reese surging and Dallas missing key players, the Sky are in a strong position to take this one at home. Player props. Paige Buchers under 4.5 rebounds. Buchers has only cleared this line once in her last 4 games. With Angel Reese and Chicago's frontcourt dominating the glass, it's likely she stays under again. Angel Reese higher on double-double, 0.5. Reese has recorded 5 straight double-doubles, including massive games with 17+ rebounds. She's averaging nearly 13 boards per game and playing 35+ minutes nightly. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you subscribe, give this video a like, and always drop a comment.